All right, welcome back to the podcast, everybody. Today, my guest is Jose and Bronwyn, and they own Naughty Pie Nature. Started as a pop-up, now they've moved to a brick and mortar, and it's just two people operating. They do everything. They make all the pizzas, all the inventory, all the orders, everything. Just them two, duo, on and off the business. And we talk about how they got started and how they have grown from just cooking in Gozney ovens to now cooking inside of a brick and mortar with Gozney ovens, and now they're moving up to a Baker's Pride oven, which they're going to do pretty soon. We talk all about that process, what it's like to open a business in LA, and how they can work together. And if there's the scary point in time in a business where you need to bring on employees and how to manage that. Great episode. I think if you're just getting started or you've been in the business for a while, you're going to learn about the marketing side of it and how to get customers and how to build a business where you don't really want to market anymore because you're already kind of tapped out. Interesting episode. I think you're going to enjoy it, so let's get right into it. All right, guys, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, Bruce.
I'm excited to talk to you guys. So tell everybody who's listening where you guys are from and what you're up to.
I'm Bronwyn, and
I'm Jose.
And we own Naughty Pie Nature in Echo Park in Los Angeles.
That's great. How long have you guys been doing it for?
We opened just over a year ago. We've been in the business for a long time, but the shop is just a little over a year old.
Yeah, the shop January last year was when we opened. Prior to that, we were popping up. But yeah, been in hospitality for like 20 years. But yeah.
That's great. What made you want to do pizza?
Pizza was my first job in the culinary industry, and it was after having done a bunch of other things in this biz, it's the only thing that's ever just been fun for me, just through and through. Even the stressful times are not, it's still fun.
About a year ago, and now you started with pop-ups, and now you have a brick and mortar, and you said that it's the only job in the pizza industry that's been fun. Now, let me ask you this. So you've been doing it for a brick and mortar for a year. Is it still fun?
Yeah. Yes.
That's a good sign.
Stressful.
Yeah.
Stressful, but fun.
Yeah.
Which I'll take. I'll take stressful but fun and working for yourself over stressful and just stressful and working for other people.
That's definitely stressful and have a little control over your own life, or stressful and have no control.
I'm fully responsible for the stress, or we're fully responsible for the stress.
Yeah, like when you mess something up and you're the owner, you look in the mirror and you're like, you stupid idiot, it's your fault.
Okay, well, yeah. Why'd you overbook us? Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Right. What's different between doing a pop-up in a brick and mortar that you've noticed so far?
One is the setup and the breakdown. That's a pain in the butt. Setting up, breaking down, just to get to where you're going. But the difference, I think, just seeing, I don't know, the setup. I mean, it's nice to have everything there in refrigeration. Just where everything's at. There's no surprises.
Yeah, I'd say... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That's it, I think.
I'd say the stability is one of the better things, because pop-ups are fun. You get to go around and you get to see different places, and you can make a lot of money on private events and such, but, you're not guaranteed. I mean, business is never guaranteed either, but you're not guaranteed. There could be a month where nobody wants to have a pop-up or wants to have you or book you or anything. But at least with the shop, we're constantly bringing in some money. It ebbs and it flows, but it's constant.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard people say, like, they like doing both, but pop-ups can be more profitable. But, like, how often? You can't do them I guess you could figure out a way to do it every day, but it's more like weekend kind of thing, right?
Yeah, we were. At our busiest, I think we did like 5 or 6 in 1 week, and it's just like it's not at least for us. More power to everybody else. It's not sustainable. There's just too many moving parts to it to sustain it like in a healthy way at least for us.
I wouldn't imagine. I could imagine doing 5 a week would be. Was it just you two?
Yeah. It's still just us.
It's still just us.
It's just you two now, even in the brick and mortar. No employees.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's bad. I mean, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, I remember having employees. It wasn't the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah. We're to the point where we would really like them, but then it's just, it, we're like, well, we can do it. We can still sustain it. We can still keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What,
it gets
are you guys open
hectic.
all day? Like every day, all day?
No, I mean, 12 to 9. But we're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays because we can't do it 7 days.
Yeah, because you want to live.
Yeah,
A little bit.
Right. So 12 to 9, Wednesday through Sunday. That's
Yes.
amazing. I mean, back in my day, I'm going to sound like I'm 100 years old. But I've been in the business for a long time. Like back in the 90s and 2000s, like maybe even before COVID, not a lot of pizza shops could like pull off that schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's 7 days pretty
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
I think we always say that a lot of our moderate success is due to the fact that it's just been the two of us, because it's allowed us to like grow and get established. To where if we had hired from the very beginning, I think it would have been hard for us to get out from underneath everything. But now we've kind of built up the business to like a semi-successful point. To it feels less scary to hire on.
Right. Yeah, I know how that is. Like you want to hire your first employee, but there's always that, are we making enough money to pay that person?
Yeah.
And like, do we hire that person? And then a month later be like, sorry, we can't pay
Yeah,
you. We
well,
gotta
that's
let you
the
go.
thing too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we didn't want to hire from the get-go, because we didn't want to be promising somebody's hours or livelihood and then just be like, well, sorry, we can't today, or we need to cut you.
Yeah.
But I think now we're kind of at a point where we kind of we could do it now. It's just,
We're getting there.
yeah.
Still scary. It's still scary when you're just starting out. Like, it's okay to say that. Like it's a little
Yeah.
frightening to like be, you know, as adults, as you grow up, you're like, it's kind of scary to be responsible for yourself. And then you have kids. You're like, oh my God, I'm responsible for this person. And then you have employees like, holy shit, I'm responsible for them too.
Yeah, that's the thing. And we've been around, we've managed so many people and stuff, and we've seen like how different businesses have treated different people, and we really want to be on the right side of it.
Right.
It's really important that we can like pay the right wage, guarantee the right amount of hours. So we're really just like, we're willing to work a little bit more, a lot, until we can actually like know for sure that we'll be able to do that.
Got it. What's the setup like in the brick and mortar? Is it the same? You guys using the same ovens you use for the pop up, or how did you set it up differently?
Well, no, I mean,
Yes.
yeah, kind of. I mean, we still are using 2 Gozney domes,
Okay.
but we're actually at the point now where we're getting Baker's Prides,
Oh, nice.
and they're
At the end of the
coming
month.
at the end of the month. They're coming in, so
New ones or used ones?
Refurbished. Yeah, used.
Where'd you find them from?
We had a guy, and then while we were at Expo, we said, "Oh, let's just go look at these ovens to physically see them." Because when we moved in, there was busted Baker's Pride, so we moved those out. And the Gosneys were a quick fix because we were already using them; they were affordable. And we went to look at this oven, and the guy actually was in Reseda, and we ended up meeting him, and he's doing it. It's called like HT restaurant sales or something like that.
Okay.
yeah, somebody that was on the floor at
Yeah.
Expo, we ran into him and he was close by, so we said, yeah.
That's awesome. Because those Baker's
Refurbished
Prides
more.
don't have too many moving parts to them.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. They last forever, and
Yeah.
I think when we first moved in, we were like we're Neapolitan adjacent, ish, and we were like, we can't do these pizzas and Baker's Prides. Now it's more just like, we don't really care what you label the style as. We just like our pizza, and it's still gonna work in a Baker's Pride.
Is it going to change at all?
I think it'll get a little crisper.
It's just the crisp.
Yeah.
I think that'll be it.
It's like we've baked in the Gosneys at a lower temp to kind of see how it like works through the crust, and it really just gives it a little bit more of a crisp. We'll mess around with it if we don't like it, but so
Right.
far I think it's okay.
Yeah.
How many pizzas are you pushing out in those Gozney domes a day?
Like 80,
90.
Jesus.
80, 90.
Yeah, luckily
That sounds stressful to me.
It is.
'Cause I know what it's like to cook in my backyard with for like 5 pizzas in a Gozney. I'm like, God bless those people who do this like for like lots of pizzas in a night.
You know, we love, like, all of the Gozney products are great, but we really do like the domes. I feel like they withhold like retain the most amount of heat, you know, but if it can get a little hairy. It can get a little hairy. Our high demand like that, or not, our volume, I should say, came really like out of nowhere. So we were kind of just like cruising on the Gozneys, and then all of a sudden we were like, we can't use these anymore. Overnight, pretty much.
Wow. What was the catalyst for that? Do you remember?
Don't know.
Wow.
But
Can't say. Don't know. Just It's literally started since the beginning of the year. I think I don't know, since the beginning of the year. It's just been go, and it's.
we're not complaining, but we have no idea where it came from, because we're not smart pizza marketers. We're not very good at social media.
Hey, well, you know what the secret is? That's why I started this podcast. Nobody is.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know. We've tried to pinpoint it. We're like, were we on a list? No list. Were we like, did somebody?
So just word of mouth. That's good though. That's the best form of marketing.
Yeah. That's what we're thinking. I mean, that's what we kind of wanted to go for, anyways. When we opened up the brick and mortar, was just to be the neighborhood pizza spot.
Yeah.
You're like go to, Friday night. We're getting pizza from here, or whatever weekday or whatever. That was the goal.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, that's what's done it. I don't know.
Do you do takeout or delivery or both, or?
It's both.
Both. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you use like DoorDash?
Yeah.
And Slice.
And Slice.
Yeah.
We're on pretty much a lot of, because when we opened, we were just trying to get on all of them so we could just get
so we can survive
out there.
Right.
And now we're at the point where we're paring back.
Got it. And what do you use for like your point of sale system? Who do you guys use for that?
We were using Square. We're transitioning over to Slice.
Oh, nice.
We're going to try out their register, yeah.
I hope it works out, because that would suck if it doesn't.
I know, same. You can cut it out.
Yeah, right. Okay. You have to update me on that one.
Yeah. Alex came by, and he's been trying to get us to try it out, and we said, sure.
It's definitely good for you. Like, do you guys just sell pizza?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, there's salad,
pasta.
there's a pasta, and a dessert, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's just pizza.
So people ask me all the time about point of sale systems. I used to tell them food tech was a good one, which is still a good one, but I think it's overkill for what you guys are doing. That's more for like if you have your own delivery drivers and you're doing a ton of volume and you have employees and all that. But you guys, just you two. All you need is something that all you guys really need is like order entry and organization.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then Slice has, I mean, what really they're selling me on is they have the phone system. And that's what kills us when we're in the middle of the rush, is the two of us, one of us stepping away to say, like, the pepperoni is made from pork. It's a sausage. It's a 14-inch pizza, you know?
Yeah. How big is your 16-inch pizza? I used to get that one a lot.
Yeah.
Well, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
My favorite is where you know that they don't know where they're calling, but yet they got their number from the internet. So it's like, you had time to search me out. Why didn't you look at the menu before asking? It's like, do you have olives? Do you have black chicken? Do you have black olive? Pineapple? No, sorry.
Yeah. I did a podcast recently with somebody who's using the phone system. They like it.
Okay, yeah.
I wish I had that when I was like running the shop. I wish I had the phone. Was like, I hated it so bad.
I want to get rid of it. Yeah, I want to get rid of it. So if somebody else can answer it, that's great.
Yeah, that's great. I used to like, it was so busy with the phone. It was just like Friday night we had 5 phone lines. It was just like call after call after call. We had like 2 people just answering phones for like 5 hours straight.
Ugh. Terrible.
But they didn't have the system back then. They're like, all right, if I would have paid whatever the cost was to be like, I don't have to answer the phone. Like, and you guys just answer the phone in the office. Like, that's amazing.
Sold.
Yeah.
You just focus on like talking to customers that walk in or making the food so it works out well. Like, that's what I would have rather have done.
Yeah, but that's our whole, I mean, we just have like the small window and a couple seats outside, but that's the whole our whole thing behind it. We love like talking to the neighborhood, and we know a lot of the people now, and those personal connections are why we started this, and that phone line will let us do that more.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to talk to you over the phone. I want to.
Yeah, exactly. You can see you got too much other to do. Like people on the phone don't understand like what else is going on in the kitchen. At least someone when you're talking to them in the restaurant, like they can see the chaos going on around you and be like, all right, I'll let you go. You're kind of busy. People on the phone are just like sitting at home chilling.
Yeah.
And you can hear it in their tone. And you're like, can you hurry it up a little bit?
Yeah. Let's mosey on.
What? So you guys opened a year ago in LA. I've heard horror stories from people like Alex from Hot Tongue Pizza about opening in LA. Was it hard for you guys?
We purposely picked this little turnkey. It was already a pizza shop. It wasn't the best of shape, but it was already it already had like the health permit and everything. So all we had to do was get in and start working.
Got it.
We like cleaned it up, reorganized and stuff. It's not our like it wasn't the ideal place, but it was more proof of concept. And so it's not been bad for us.
Yeah, I mean, that was, I think, yeah, I don't know. I think if it was like a full build out, that would, I think we'd be in a whole different story.
Yeah,
but because it was already a second gen and it was already a pizza shop, I mean, the only thing I think that was bad from it was that people still thought we were the same pizza shop.
Did you close it all, or did you just take over?
It had been closed.
They had been closed for like a little bit, and then we took over, and then we opened.
Yeah,
same name, or obviously not the same name, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, different name, but they still thought we were the same pizza, which was like kind of good, but kind of bad, just because from what we heard, it was that it started off good, and then it kind of fell off a little bit. And so you kind of had to deal with that, like, oh, well, people thought we were still the, the same pizza place. So it was like, no, we're different style. So, you know.
Right.
But,
so you had customers coming to you because they knew that there was a pizza shop, but they expected something different. You kind of had to explain to them.
I mean, still to the day, some people still come and be like, hey, you guys, and it was just like, yeah, we're been here for over a year now, and you're now just coming saying that you've used to come here. I'm like, wait.
I come here all the time. I'm like, well, if you've come here in the last year and a half or so, it's been us.
Yeah.
Probably why we're here, because you didn't come as much as you thought you did.
Yeah.
But I was more hesitant to get into this space than he was, just because I was like, there's no dining, there's nothing. It relies so heavily on takeout and delivery, and that's just not in my brain for the style pizza we were doing. But so far we've adapted it a bit, and it's been really good. And it's been a good, it kind of like not hiring employees. It's been the perfect spot for us to grow into this business, so that it's easier for us to carry it out.
Elsewhere. Yeah.
It's probably going to be easier with the Baker's Pride, right? Because you can transition the pizza to a little bit more carry-out focused style.
Yeah.
I mean, the Neapolitan style we have like multiple concepts, and that's just more suited for like a sit down dining restaurant anyway. So I'm very excited to just have the Baker's Prides come in and make it more suited for the style that we're doing here.
Right. So you guys make the dough, prep, make the pizza, close the shop, live together too?
Yeah.
God bless you. How's that going? You don't have to like talk, I mean, like in the shop. Like, is it tough to work together? You don't have to talk about anything else. But like, is it tough to work together alone? Especially because it's just you two in there. So
I think it's about like any other. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like we work very well together, but I think it's not any more chaotic than like working the line and being in the middle of a dinner rush and being like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, we gotta, like we don't. It never even gets like that. You obviously get a little like at each other's throats from time to time.
Oh, yeah, but it's the dinner rush.
Yeah, it's the dinner rush, and then everything's good. It's really not that bad. I mean, no. I've seen some wild fights go down at restaurants. And
yeah, same.
In the kitchen, and we don't really do that.
Yeah, I work. The reason I say that, I work with my
Nice.
wife, so I know it's like my wife comes with me. Like we go travel around, all around doing videos and stuff, and she comes with me, and we work together on another business that we have. So we're always around each other, and I know how it can be. But to me, it's not a big deal. Like I'm used to working with my wife and like being around all the time. So it's like for me, it's like it's not, no difference than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'd rather get annoyed at him than like an employee.
Right. You just hold his salary, right? You can't hold the employee's salary.
Yeah. You're not getting paid today.
I do the bookkeeping. I'm like, I'm gonna garnish your wages.
There you go. Where did you guys learn how to make pizza, like in the dough and all that stuff? Was it when you're from your pop-ups, or did you have a background in making pizza somewhere else?
Mine was pizza background.
Like worked in pizzerias?
Yeah, my first job in the pizza industry was at a pizza spot in Brooklyn.
Okay. So you're not from LA? Are you both not from LA, or are you?
No, I'm, Mexico, but raised in LA.
Okay.
And she's from,
I'm from Austin.
Oh, really?
Austin to New York to LA, the trifecta.
Nice. How long have you been in LA for?
This time I've been here for like 4 years. I lived here once in 2011. My dad and my stepmom live in Santa Barbara, so
Okay.
I've been coming here.
How is it? Do you like it? Obviously, the weather's probably
LA?
a plus from New York.
LA? Yeah, I love New York, but it was not a sustainable place for me to live. I could live in LA probably forever. I love New York, but LA is where I really hunker down.
Yeah, I enjoy it too. I enjoy it there. I'm from Boston, so the weather sucks here. It's like April, January still.
still
like-
cold.
Yeah, I look at all you guys with the sunshine in the background. It's like this. We were in LA in January, San Diego, and then I went up to Chris Decker's place, Truly Pizza, which is like Oceanside area, Dana Point.
Yeah.
And it was January 17th, and I looked at my wife. I'm like, this exists. Like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah. I
It's
know.
like 80 degrees here in January. What are we doing?
I know. I mean, grew up in Texas, but when I first moved out of New York, I was like, oh, that's right. It's so nice to not. I'm not a snow person. I didn't
Neither
grow
am I.
up with it.
And it ain't cheaper to live in Boston. I went to LA. I'm like, people are like, this is so expensive. I'm like, this is just like home, except it's sunny all the time.
It's crazy. I know. I was like, during the pandemic, all my friends, like, we were just stuck in our apartments, couldn't go anywhere. And I was talking to my best friends who lived in LA, and they're like, oh, I was just like, well, I was at the beach today. And I'm like, I went and hiked. I was like, okay, I'll just get in my studio.
I hate you.
Yeah.
That's great. So, but it must be good too for like pizza shops because, like, especially the kind of pizza you guys are doing for takeout, it's not like it's gonna get cold by being outside because it doesn't get cold there.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do people just eat
Yeah.
outside your place, like just grab a box and just like eat, hang out and eat outside?
Yeah, we put, we have like 2 tables out front. Well, we had 3, but somebody stole one. It's Echo Park.
Yeah.
He just walked off with it. So we have 2 tables out front, like little tiny ones. And then my family built kind of like New York style, like little counters that we attach to the side of the building so people can stand and those get the most action.
Nice.
I don't know if they're also in the shade, but
I'm looking at your Instagram right now as you're talking. I'm trying to see if I can pull up a picture of it. Oh yeah, I see it right here. So you guys got like a funky building. It's almost like a triangle, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's 300 square feet of just pizza. Flour and
Just
pizza.
flour everywhere.
Everywhere.
300 square feet though, so what's the rent like there? In that 300 square feet's not big.
No.
No. And our rent is good, but it's not good if you think about 300 square feet. We're at 36.
Someone just fell off the chair listening to this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody
we're
in
talking to
Tennessee, somebody in Nashville is
Yeah.
like, holy crap, $3,300 for 300 square feet.
For
Yeah.
300 square feet. I know. And then, so in terms of, we took it on because we knew like that amount of money we can definitely make in a month.
For that area too.
For that area. But in terms of space, you're really not getting a lot. I mean, we have no It is a window. That is it. It is it. People try and come in. We have the door locked because otherwise you just enter into the oven.
Yeah, 300 square feet's like what? A size of like a large bedroom, kind of? Maybe smaller?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give or take, yeah.
I'm trying to think of like 300 square feet in like, because I've seen I think the smallest pizzeria I've ever been in was 800 square feet.
Oh yeah, no.
No.
And that seems small.
It's tiny. It's like, I mean, the Baker's Pride will take up like 3/4 of one wall. We have reach-ins and the Hobart on one wall. There's a wall of just the three compartment
sink.
and then there's a low boy, like a long low boy, and that's it. It's just.
Do
It's
people
very
walk in the
efficient,
door,
though.
or do you just hand it to them when they
No,
stay
we
outside?
just
No.
go through the window.
Okay, so
just
everything
pass through
inside
the
is just you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. So 300 square feet is all space that you use for making pizza, prep, everything.
Yeah.
So it's not like
Yeah.
there's a
It's
counter
very-
there where they need to wait.
Yeah, no, it's very efficient actually. We have it all worked out, so it's just like it's just a loop.
That's great. So is the goal for you guys to like move locations or just to like maximize this one?
I think it's maximized this. I mean, we've talked about it, and she keeps looking at. She still keeps looking at like restaurants that are up for lease. It's not. I'm not saying
You
it's
just
bad.
never know.
Can't hurt
But
to look.
I think that yeah.
Thank you.
I look at houses I can't afford all the time. It doesn't stop me. I'm on
exactly.
Zillow all the time, being like, "Oh, let's send this to my wife." Being like, "Look at that."
Yeah.
But the goal is to get like when we were doing pop-ups and we were talking about this, we were like, yeah, let's just do it. Proof of concept, kind of see where it goes, and then go somewhere else. But we were talking about it. We'd like to keep that space to maybe change it to like just a slice shop
Yeah.
kind of situation, and then just keep that, and then move on to somewhere else that has like dine in and whatnot.
Full menu.
Yeah, with the full menu, not just
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that
Bring
because
back
that's
the
like
neo-
what you always wanted to do? I'm always fascinated by people who have like a pizzeria and they want to open a full blown restaurant because I'm kind of like, that's a lot of work.
No, I don't think I don't think that, because we still want to do pizza. We just would like to offer like pasta along with it.
Got it.
Where you can sit down and eat it. Where like if you're getting a bowl of pasta and you're like taking it to go, it's like it's not really that good. Or get it
I hear
to
you.
go, like DoorDash pasta. Like I'd rather get it fresh.
We
Yeah.
get our pasta DoorDash all the time.
I
It's
know
one of
we-
our top sellers.
Yes, I understand that, but it's not like I you know what I'm saying.
We have multiple concepts, and basically we're leaning into this one of like just the full like pizza direction. But the goal is to have like the full. I think because we were both chefs, and so it's I was just saying to somebody the other day, I was like, we just get bored.
Yeah.
We get antsy, and
Like
we're
Groundhog
not like
Day, right?
dough. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not like dough tinkerers or anything. Like we just we like our dough. We do it straight Neapolitan style. Like there's no sourdough or anything, so we're not really messing around with it. So the full-fledged restaurant will allow us to like fidget, mess around with stuff and change things up and kind of flex different muscles up here.
That's
Because you
great.
can change
That's
your
exactly-
pizza like, yeah, you can change your pizza to like seasonality, but a lot of those we've tried and people just want pepperoni. Then you can put whatever's in season.
I think it's different though also when we have a sit down restaurant because the nature of because the style of this building is takeout and delivery. People want takeout and delivery style pizza. Like they want they want the classics.
Right.
And I feel like when you sit down, like you can do more creative stuff because it just something shifts in people's brains.
Yeah, I didn't think of the boredom part because I've been thinking about getting back into the pizza industry, like opening up a shop again, and I've always said, because like my shop that we had was a shit ton of items, and I was like, this sucks. Like there's too much to people to train on stuff. There's too much organization. People are calling like there's too much customization. Like if I ever open another pizza shop, it's gonna be simple. It's gonna be like 5 pizzas and that's it. But I didn't think of the boredom part. I'm like, that might sound good for like a month or two, and then I might be bored out of my mind making the same thing over and over again.
That's why we want the different concepts because that's why I think if we like stay in this space, then we would just streamline it like that. I mean, we don't have a ton of options and we don't allow many customizations. I think we would keep that spot just straightforward and then have the other spot so we can,
Mess around.
yeah.
Have some creativity, like not doing the same thing over and over again.
And until we get in there and people are just like, I just want pepperoni and butter noodles.
You're like, damn it, we invested all this time and they just don't want the same pepperoni and cheese.
Yeah.
What do you think the maximum out of your current location? What do you think the max volume you could do out of that is?
It's hard to say.
I don't know.
I think at our current spot with the Gozneys, we're maxed out. We're
So
not
80
getting more than
pizzas
like
a day
80.
is like the best you could do out of that spot.
80,
Maybe 100
80
max.
Yeah. If we don't get super busy in the beginning, if it started earlier, maybe. But
What size pizza do you have? 12-inch? Is it a 12-inch?
14.
Okay. So with the Baker's Pride, you could probably fit 5 at a time in there. Are you getting 1 or 2?
we're getting the Y602s.
I think 6.
So
Okay.
we'll do, we should be able to fit, no, I think 8. I gotta look at the dimensions.
At a time?
We'll be able to really up the production, and then it's also hands off time, with the Neopod and you're
Turning, yeah.
rotating, and it'll be a lot more. So we're excited to see.
So you should be able to do
how-
at least 100 then, right? 100, 125 out of that location with
yeah.
the Baker's Pride?
Yeah.
With a lot more ease. So that will be great.
I just did a video. Have you heard of Freddie the Pizza Man in Detroit?
No, have not.
I did a video with him, and he's in Detroit. We walked around his kitchen. He has a Baker's Pride. He does like 300 a day.
Yeah.
And he's only
that's
open
what-
like 11 to 4 or 11 to 5.
Jesus.
He like sells
how
out.
many employees does he have?
He got a couple
many-
employees, but he makes every pizza himself.
Like cooks it?
Yeah, like pounds out the dough. He has like a couple helpers that help him, but he's like, when I sell out, I close.
Like he stretches tops and then bakes them
He
himself?
stretches them, puts the sauce and cheese on, and then he has like someone that helps him with the toppings. But then he's like
Wow.
kind of man in the oven and make like
Yeah.
maybe 2 or 3 employees.
Man. Yeah. I mean,
But
that's,
he uses a
yeah.
Baker's Pride like you guys are using. So
Yeah, I'm
I
excited.
don't know if it's the same one, but it's a Baker's Pride.
Yeah. It should be good. I mean, we thought about like Pizza Masters, but our building is so old and we have no power. So we'd have to upgrade it. And then we're like, Baker's Prides have been around forever. Like, there's nothing,
Yeah, I mean he does it. His ovens are like he got his ovens from I forget in the video he says how old they're. They're like from the 60s or 70s. They're still going.
I know we just visited Vito from Angel City Pizza.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if you've met him.
I met him at
we
the
went
expo.
there the other day. And he was like, oh yeah, my ovens are like 30, 40 years old or something, and they're just cranking. They're Baker's Prides. They're just
Yeah, that's the one thing I heard about Pizza Master ovens is like sometimes if something breaks, it's like a chronic thing.
yeah.
They're good ovens, but the Baker's Pride's are like Hobarts, right? Like a Hobart. If you have a Hobart mixer,
Yeah,
Exactly.
they're just tanks.
yeah, same kind of thing. Like you just fix a couple of moving parts and then that's it. It just works forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
we'll see.
great. That sounds like you guys are doing great. I'm excited to stop in next time I'm in LA. I'm gonna stop by and say hello.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Come on down.
What do you guys? So you have. You said you're not great at marketing, but your Instagram looks pretty good, and you have a good following on there for just starting out a year ago. Who does that? You two as well?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's it.
The University of Canva. I'm getting really good at Canva.
It's
you go.
AI that's
No,
doing it a lot more now.
No, it is not. I'm getting good at Canva. I think our approach, neither of us like social media, so our approach is just put it there and don't overthink it. So we both are kind of like dry sense of humor.
Yeah, there's
It's
things
very straightforward.
Yeah, there's things that I would like to put up, but I can't. So
I hear you.
I'm also HR.
There you
yeah,
go. Yeah, I put some stuff
And
on
then
my
we
account that's suspect. At times.
It's good. Yeah, we try. And I should say that when we say we're bad at it, it's just that we don't do like the 3 posts a day or a post a day, or we're like we'll go through a phase,
it'll go like 1 a week,
if that.
maybe.
But do you rely on it for business, or is it something that you just feel like you're obligated to do?
I think more obligation.
Yeah.
Yeah. We try. I mean, we try and like interact with people, but we don't really get like that. That many like interactions other than people we already know.
Yeah.
That we talk
So
to.
you guys are in like coast phase with social media. Like you just post to have a presence there, but you're not looking for it to drive sales,
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
which is fine.
Maybe that'll.
That's
yeah.
fine.
That might change once we realize, like, once we figure out the volume we can take on. But right now,
Yeah.
we've kind of just been cautious because we also don't want to give somebody like a bad experience. So if all of a sudden we get inundated with people, you're just not going to have a good time.
That's smart. Yeah, a lot of
But-
people look at social media the wrong way. They're like, well, a lot of people turn to social media as what they think is a way to get instant business. Like they're slow and they're like, oh, they look at TikTok or Instagram. Like, all right, if I just post twice a day, I'm going to get business instantly. And it doesn't necessarily work like that.
No.
Yeah.
It can, but
No.
most likely it doesn't, because if you've never done TikTok or Instagram, you're probably going to be shitty at it in the beginning. And then you're going to do it all the time and be like, this doesn't work. Well, because you don't know what you're doing, and then it doesn't work.
Yeah, and I don't foresee a time unless somebody's running it that we are on TikTok.
Yeah. We don't even have a TikTok account. Nothing.
I've never even used it.
I have feelings about TikTok, but I think TikTok can be good to drive sales if you
Yeah.
definitely. But if you
Know
don't
how to
need
use
sale,
it.
if you don't need business, then I wouldn't waste time on TikTok. Mm-hmm. If you just want a presence on social media, Instagram's enough.
Yeah, that's what
That's what it kind of. I don't know. That's what we kind of feel like, but
this all could also change once we're able to be a little more like not hands off, but once we bring on people, it's just so we're spread so thin, we can kind of only give the bare minimum to
social.
every little thing other than the food. Like the food gets everything, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna take 2 seconds to do this like payroll, or not payroll, but like our bookkeeping, and oh, I better put an Instagram post up.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys are in a good spot if you're busy and you're selling out and you're like at max and you don't have to do social media or have employees. Kind of living the pizza life over there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's going well.
If everything is like enough, right? Like if you're making enough money, it's different if you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
we only sell 80 pizzas a day, but we need to sell 150.
So far we're making enough. I mean,
Yeah.
not it's you're not living the life of luxury, but we're not in the red.
Right. That's great.
Yeah.
Any advice out there for someone looking to start a pop-up or a brick and mortar like you guys did a year ago?
You got anything?
It's just everything floods in my brain. And it's just like I can't get it.
I would say do your due diligence and like reach out to people around you or in the air, like in the field of what you're trying to start popping up with. Like we kind of had background knowledge, but like reaching out to people and utilizing like the community around you is really helpful. We reached out to, like, we've been in the industry for a long time, but we hadn't popped up. So we reached out to our friends who had been doing pop-ups, and they helped us kind of figure out the
The ins and
crucial
outs of it,
steps of like what you need to, you need to get your EIN, you need to get blah, 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 just to tell you everything you need. So rely on the people around you, or lean on the people around you. Don't be afraid to ask people for advice. I feel like most people are willing to share.
Yeah, that's true.
And I would say don't go all in too fast, like if you don't know what you're doing, dip your toe in, like because I mean, unless you have like a big safety net to fall on. For us, we didn't, so we stayed in our jobs while we started testing them,
Smart.
and then like, all right, this has some good like foundation, let's go for it.
I love that. That's really smart advice. Too many people just put all their money into something that they don't know how to do or what they're doing, and then poof, it's gone.
Yeah, I think a lot of people see pop-ups, they're so popular now, and we were late to the game, but I think so many people see them and are really like romanticize it, and they're like, it's so cool, you're your own boss, you can go wherever, but it's also really hard, and you can't guarantee that somebody's going to want to book you,
Right.
or anything, so you kind of like,
Also, you can't guarantee the income that you're gonna make. You can't
Yeah.
assume that you're just gonna pop up and sell out.
we had days when we were popping up where we sold one pizza.
Wow.
One. Get one.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So, I think people see like the highs and they're like,
Yeah,
this is so
definitely.
great. But just consider the lows. Think of everything first and then dive in.
I think starting slow in like keeping your day job, and doing this on the side is a great way to start. Because like, what if you hate it? Like, what if you like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like making pizza at home because you make two.
Yeah.
Great, but like, it's not like there's nothing like making pizza 80 a day when customers are staring you in the face like, "Where's my pizza?" Like, and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
shit, the oven's
Like,
not working right. Like, I'm behind. This person's staring at me.
Yeah.
The phone's ringing. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing."
Yeah, exactly. And then I would say if you're doing a pizza pop-up, I would get multiple ovens because we've seen a lot of people who will just do it with one, and it's like that's great, but
I'm waiting 40 minutes for my pizza.
yeah, I would say if this is what you really want to do, then go like get at least two ovens. At
Those
least
aren't
two.
expensive
Rock
nowadays, right? Like the Gozneys are like $600.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they-
if that's like your real investment, then that's just going to give everybody a better experience and it's going to make your workload easier.
Right.
So eat that upfront cost.
I love it. Where should people guys go follow you guys or say hello to you on Instagram, not TikTok, because I know you guys don't have TikTok.
We're at Instagram is Naughty Pie Nature.
Okay.
I almost spaced and gave out our email, but
Yeah, don't do that.
yeah,
Don't
I'm
give
not
out your
gonna-
email. That's not a good idea. You get tons of emails. From people
yeah,
asking
just
for information.
Instagram's Naughty Pie Nature. Pretty much that's it. We don't.
We're in
Website too,
Echo
same
Park.
thing, naughtypienature.com. Is that it?
NaughtyPieNature.com, at Naughty Pie Nature on Instagram. We're in Echo Park
In LA.
That's
in
great.
LA, a little
Well-
corner.
We'll link up. We'll add your address in like the Instagram and your website to the description if you're watching the video or you're watching the listening to the podcast audio in the description of Spotify or iTunes. Just click that. We'll add all that for you guys. This is
Okay.
great. I appreciate you guys kind of taking the time hanging out with me for a little bit. It was fun talking to you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
I
so
appreciate
much.
it.
you.
It was
Yeah,
great.
thank you.
Bruce.
All right.
Not yet.
Stop. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. Everything for Naughty Pie Nature, we will link up in the description below this video, their website, Instagram, where you can check them out if you are in the LA area, which I am going to be in a few weeks, and I'm going to go check them out. Maybe we'll do a video on the Pizza Insider series that we have here on the channel, where you can kind of see the behind the scenes of what it's like to operate a pizza operation, the ovens, the layout of the pizzeria, the pizzas themselves, how much money it takes to open one. All of that we show you on the Pizza Insider series. We show you. You can listen to it here, but we show you on that one. So go check that one out. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit subscribe, hit like, and leave a comment where you're watching this from. I want to say hello to you in the comments. A lot of you are not subscribed to the channel. For the Pizza Insider videos, we get thousands of views, but we don't have that many subscribers. We need more subscribers, so hit subscribe. Very much appreciated on our end. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next time, everybody.